filter changes for 3 to 7 years.
That was in their series against Toronto, where they lost 2 out of 3, lost the last 2 games of that series. They'll play 4 here at Fenway Park this weekend. Seattle's only visit to Fenway this season under former Red Sox catcher Bob Melvin in his first year as manager of the Seattle Mariners, former coach with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And as we mentioned in the open, Sean, a very well-balanced team. Pitching, defense, a good offense. They do a lot of the little things. They can steal bases. We got a look last weekend at their bullpen, which is very, very impressive.
With a lot of young arms, good young arms, who should provide them with some terrific innings for a long time to come. A little bit low. You know, looking at this Mariner team, Jerry, for so many years, it's been a professional, not particularly colorful roster of players in Seattle. Guys like Edgar Martinez, John Olerud, who quietly go about their business very effectively. A lot of the personality came from the manager in Lou Piniella. And now they have a manager in Bob Melvin, who's a very nice guy, but a lot like the players on this team. Very even keel. Not a lot of emotion one way or the other. Check swing roller. Miller has to hurry, and he just did get Ichiro on a bang-bang play.
Every play at first base with Ichiro getting down the line is going to be a close play, and you have to be perfect, and that's exactly what Bill Miller is here. No bobble at all. A quick transfer from the glove to the throwing hand, and they just barely get Ichiro at first base.
It reminded me of the last play of the Saugus Little League victory last night.
Wasn't that something?
Dribbler down the third baseline. I hope you don't mind that I did tune away from you for a couple of minutes last night.
Hey, look, we were trying to get a glimpse of that game ourselves. I was watching the kid, and when he swung, he didn't run right away.
No, I think he thought it was going to be a foul ball, because it actually started spinning toward foul ground and then made an interesting turn back. McLemore drives it to right, but Nixon has room. 2 outs. McLemore hit Suppan hard last Friday night and hit that ball well, but Nixon didn't have far to go, and Suppan would like to get out of this first inning 1-2-3 to see if he can build a little personal momentum.
Yeah, McLemore come into this game at 0 for 13. That ball was hit very hard, but obviously right at Trot Nixon for the second out. 400 batting average in his career against Jeff Suppan.
A lot of that damage last Friday night. Here's Brett Boone, who homered off Suppan last Friday night. 298 for Boone, 31 homers, 98 runs batted in. He's 4th in the league in homers and 4th in ribbies as well. He had a good series in Toronto, 5 for 11, including a home run. Just the 2 for 10. We mentioned the home run against Suppan last week. The Mariners come to town with a 3-game lead in the West over Oakland, while they were losing 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays in Toronto. Oakland was winning 2 out of 3 here at Fenway. Bob Melvin's team lost 1 game in their lead over Oakland. I get the feeling, though, talking to you, you like this Seattle team better than Oakland.
I do, and you know, especially if Mulder's going to be out for any period of time, and Hudson.
Boone, a 2-hopper to short, and Omar strong throw, and a nice start for Suppan, a 1-2-3 first inning. After a half inning, the Mariners nothing, and the Red Sox coming up.
Weekdays this fall, discover how this guy scored this girl.
I was spinning.
I feel happy, healthy, and more alive. I was sitting on the couch rotting.
It must be love. The King of Queens.
Starts September 15th on UPN 38.
I've been around, you know I can't stay forever.
The Jeep Summer Sales Drive is coming to an end. Get in on it now and get great deals on Jeep vehicles like Liberty.
When I'm finally gone, I'm gonna be gone without a trace.
Because now, very well-qualified buyers can get a Jeep Liberty for $259 a month with $999 down, plus a $770 powertrain limited warranty. So get to your local Jeep dealer before the Summer Sales Drive ends.
You are my number 1.
Introducing 2 ways to enjoy delicious smoky flavor. Wendy's new Mesquite Chicken Grill and Mesquite Bacon Cheeseburger, a bold smoky sauce. Mesquite smoked cheddar and bacon on a grilled chicken breast filet or hot and juicy beef. Wendy's, it's better here.
Where you're going, you'll need stuff like this. And if you expect to graduate in 4 years, you'll need this. Call now and you'll get a PC that works hard and plays hard when you upgrade to a compact Presario with Intel Pentium 4 processor plus monitor and HP color printer. For only $4.99 after rebates, you'll email photos, play games, listen to music, and, oh yeah, do schoolwork. Call today and get free shipping and compact notebooks from $6.99. When it really matters, choose compact.
No score after a half inning. Seattle win in order in the top of the first against Jeff Suppan. So here's the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Johnny Damon, the center fielder, leads off. Todd Walker at second base. Nomar Garcia-Parra, the shortstop. The cleanup hitter, left fielder Manny Ramirez. David Ortiz, the DH tonight, with Kevin Millar at first base, batting sixth. Then Trot Nixon in right field, Bill Miller at third base, and the catcher Jason Varitek hitting ninth.
And Joel Piniero will be doing the pitching tonight for the Mariners. He's been cooled off recently. He's trying to break a 3-game losing streak, and the last loss was against the Red Sox last weekend in Seattle. Prior to that, had an 8-0 record. So over the last couple of outings, it has been a struggle. Good fastball. His curveball may be his best pitch. Slider and changeup.
Lively fastball there, but a little bit high to Damon. And Johnny with the count working in his favor, 2-0. 277 for the Red Sox leadoff hitter with 11 homers and 51 knocked in. And Piniero misses low. 3-0. And a strike on the outside corner.
In that last start against the Red Sox, 5 2/3, 9 hits allowed and 5 earned runs. He did have 5 strikeouts in that 5 2/3 against the Red Sox.
Good fastball there. Well, there's no question this is one of the most talented young pitchers in the American League, just 24 years old, a 14-game winner last year. And he was cruising right along this season, as Jerry mentioned, until the recent speed bump. Don't you find that happens to a lot of pitchers, including good pitchers at this time of the year? Some of them just seem to hit a little patch where maybe fatigue is setting in or whatever the case might be.
And especially, Sean, with young pitchers, guys who have not been through it too many times before. This major league season, obviously a lot longer than what they're accustomed to in either college or the minor leagues.
Well, Damon works Piniero for a walk.
The defense for Seattle, they're the best in the league. They've only made 46 errors on the season. Mark McLemore at third. Ray Sanchez, the shortstop. Brett Boone at second, and John Olerud at first. Left to right, Randy Wynn, Mike Cameron, and Ichiro. Dan Wilson doing the catching.
The lead man on, Damon at first. He draws the throw. 22 steals for Johnny. He's been caught 5 times. He's 6th in the American League in stolen bases. Todd Walker at the plate. And a ball low. Walker hitting .272. 9 homers and 64 runs batted in. 4 for his last 10, perhaps coming out of what has been a very long slump. That came right on the heels of an 0 for 18. Really been for well over a month now that he's been slumping. Out to the mound, Wilson to chat with Piniero, who's having a tough time throwing a strike. Of course, Walker's struggles so considerable that Damian Jackson had been seeing more playing time recently until a little hand injury.
That's interesting too, because yesterday Grady said, look, I'm going to go back to the lineup that was intact when we were scoring a lot of runs, and that's Walker in the number 2 spot, Bill Miller down at 8th, and last night it paid off big time.
Red Sox pounded Oakland here last night as their starter Rich Harden struggled. Damon's running, the pitch, a strike. Wilson's throw not in time. Stolen base number 23 of the year for Johnny Damon.
Now, generally, guys don't run 2-0 because a lot of time that is a fastball. This is a fastball, but Damon had a very good jump. A lot of base stealers like to leave that count, the 2-0 count, for the hitter. But that time, Damon did have the excellent jump and picks up his 23rd steal of the year.
He's in scoring position with nobody out in a scoreless game in the first. The 2-1 to Walker is low.
The time to strike for the Red Sox might be early in this game. You've got a young pitcher who's lost 3 straight games. You know there's a little bit of added pressure on him, and struggling here early throwing strikes.
And ball 4. And really mostly with fastballs, Jerry. He just can't locate his fastball right now. And he will be visited at the mound by their pitching coach, Brian Price.
We saw the same thing last night. Rookie sensation Rich Harden came into Fenway Park and really struggled throwing strikes here at Fenway. So, you know, sometimes the young pitchers, after they lose a couple in a row, obviously put a little bit more pressure on himself, and it looks like it's that way here early in the ballgame.
Piniero's from Puerto Rico. Won't turn 25 until late September. If you'd like to send him a birthday card, September 25th is the big day for Joel. Jerry mentioned the last 3 starts, and he has scuffled in those 3, including one against the Red Sox. A chance to grab the lead for the Red Sox here in the first inning with Nomar up there and 2 men on. Nobody out. 323 for the number 3 hitter in the league now. 22 homers, 82 runs batted in. Nomar has been in a long RBI drought. He hasn't had an RBI since August 8th. He might have one here. There's a base hit in the right center field. Around to score Damon. On to third. Walker, and the Red Sox lead 1-0.
Well, Piniero couldn't get his fastball over, so he goes to back-to-back breaking balls to Garciaparra. First one for a ball. The second one right over the heart of the plate. The inside-out swing by Garciaparra. And you're right, Sean, that long drought without an RBI now over for Garciaparra.
We've gone 11 games between runs batted in. Two weeks to the day since his last ribby, and here is Manny Ramirez. 315, 30 homers, 89 runs batted in. Manny tied for 6th in the league in homers. He's 9th in runs batted in, and he looked at strike 1.
And last night, a very impressive performance for Ramirez. The home run to the opposite field, a double to the triangle, used the whole ballpark, and you see the numbers there against Piniero.
And he hit his 30th homer, as Jerry said here last night. He reached 30 homers for the 6th year in a row, and for the 3rd year in a row with the Red Sox. The only other player in Red Sox history to hit 30 homers in each of his first 3 seasons with Boston, Jimmy Fox, who did it in his first 5 seasons, 1936 through 1940. Nomar has been more of a base stealer this year, 15 of them, and has been thrown out 5 times.
And the guys that can run might want to take advantage of the high leg kick. We saw Damon do it when he reached first base on the walk. We'll see if Nomar tries to steal.
Awkward swing and a pitch down and in, and Piniero ahead in the count. 1-2. Red Sox lead 1-0. They're chasing Oakland in the wild card race. Oakland trails at Toronto tonight 1-0. The Blue Jays scored on an RBI double by Vernon Wells. They're through 3 innings now at Skydome. Toronto won, Oakland nothing, and what a nice pitching matchup there with Barry Zito against Roy Halladay.
We'll have to see how that staff responds now with Mark Mulder on the disabled list. Hudson missing his start here in Boston because of the bruised right hand. Harden having his problems.
Swing and a miss, and Ramirez strikes out. The first K of the night for Piniero and the first out of the inning.
Man, he kind of put himself in a hole there. He swung at a couple of pitches down and in that he was not happy about. Now they go back upstairs with the fastball, and he picks up his first strikeout.
Here's David Ortiz. 274 for David, 17 homers and 66 runs batted in. He got the Red Sox off and running in the first inning last night with a 3-run homer. Batting with runners at first and third, and 1 out. 1 run in here in the first for the Red Sox, and a strike over the outside corner at the knees. David's been a much better hitter in terms of batting average here at Fenway. He's had more power on the road.
So has about every Red Sox hitter here at Fenway.
Red Sox been a much better offensive team throughout the season. Ball 1-1. An update from Toronto in the top of the 4th. Oakland scored 2. A 2-run single by Ramon Hernandez brought in Eric Chavez and Rubio Durazo. So Oakland now leads at Toronto 2-1 in the middle of the 4th. The Yankees are hosting Baltimore tonight, and they're tied at 2 in the 3rd inning. Fouled off the foot of Ortiz. But obviously, Jerry, that division race is really a long shot now for the Red Sox. 7 back with 35 to go.
Really is. And, you know, we've always said that, you know, when the Red Sox and Yankees play each other, they're probably going to knock each other off. Nobody's going to have a huge advantage when the season's over as far as the in-season series. So awfully tough to pick up those games. Still, you focus on that. You're not finished playing the Yankees, but you focus on Oakland, too.
Ball 2-2. You saw Grady Little gesturing. You wonder about whether or not Piniero is coming to a stop there at the belt. He really doesn't move the glove around very much. Just kind of fiddles with the ball in the glove while the glove hangs around the belt. Check swing, strike 3. Ortiz questions Mike Everett about it. I don't know if he called the pitch a strike without it being a swing, or if he determined that Ortiz swung at it.
It seems like Ortiz was asking Everett to ask for help from the third base umpire, but actually the pitch didn't look all that bad. Fastball down about knee-high outside corner, and I think that's what the umpire called the strikeout on. Usually they point to the bat if they think it's not a check swing. That time I think he just made it on the pitch.
Here's Kevin Millar. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. Piniero would be very happy to get out of this inning, having allowed just 1 run. After the first 3 men reached, he has struck out Ramirez and Ortiz. Now Millar at 284. 21 homers and 77 runs batted in for Millar. 26th pitch of the inning from Piniero, chopped foul.
Two strikes, 2 outs. You may see Garcia Parra take off. Always the possibility of a double steal, even though it's early in the ball game. Oh, 2 just missed. Those are the pitches there that Manny was swinging at, that ball down and in. That time Millar is able to take it for a ball.
Millar's been a very good hitter throughout the season in this situation. 2 outs and men in scoring position at .357 average. Almost grazed him. 2-2. Millar has been a little bit quiet with the bat lately. 8 for his last 35 over the last 10 games. That computes to a .229 average. Came right after an 11-game hit streak. Liner foul. Right down over Canvas Alley.
Well, the fellas in the ground crew had to get that top out in a hurry here at Fenway Park because the storm really came in quickly. And what a light show we had here.
That was some very vivid lightning. It got very dark right before the rain arrived. Almost as if it was the middle of the night here at about 6 o'clock. Down and in. And this has been a laborious first inning for Piniero. 30 pitches and counting. Here's a look at some of the lightning, including that bolt that struck the top of the Prudential building. And the ground crew, as usual, did a great job getting the field ready to go. Red Sox lead 1-0. The runner will be going from first. Garciaparra takes off. Millar hooks one to the left. A base hit. Nomar a big turnaround second, and he scampers back safely. Walker scored from third. The Red Sox lead 2-0. It looked like a pitch, Jerry, that would be very difficult to hook, and he did manage to pull it.
Exactly right, Sean. That's a nasty pitch. A 3-2 count. You're thinking fastball as a hitter. He gets a real good slider down and away and is able to make the contact and drop it into left field for the base hit. Last night, 2 out base hits were critical for the Red Sox. Another 2 out hit here for Kevin Millar.
Bringing in Walker. So 2 walks and 2 singles in the inning. 2 strikeouts as well. 2 runs in. And here's Nixon after the first with a deep drive to left. Back at the wall, and a wall scraper. Nomar is in. Millar will be held at third, and the Red Sox lead 3-0 on a double by Trot Nixon.
Now this is more like the Red Sox offense of about a month ago. Getting clutch hits, 2 out base hits. Here you see Nixon taking advantage of Fenway Park, going to the opposite field. That ball down and away, scrapes the wall on the way down. So Piniero, who looked like he was going to get out of trouble, big trouble, with back-to-back strikeouts to Ramirez and Ortiz. Well, Millar and Nixon come up with huge hits.
Nixon's been another hitter who's been quiet this month, hitting .196 in August prior to that double. His 22nd double of the year. Bill Miller, the 8th batter of the first inning, looked at ball 1 low on the 33rd pitch of the inning from Piniero. 324 for Miller, second in the league. 15 homers and 63 runs batted in. Outside.
Kind of brings back the point, Sean, of get this guy early. Struggling, 3 straight losses. Get on top of him as soon as you possibly can. Don't let him get in a good groove.
Piniero is clearly not sharp here in the first inning. And this is a Seattle team that did not swing the bat well in their series in Toronto either. Matter of fact, yesterday Josh Towers pitched a complete game against them. Three and 1 the count. And ball 4 low and in, the 3rd walk of the inning. Bob Melvin Melvin does have action in his bullpen. And he's casting a glance out toward home plate. That would indicate he might not be all that happy with the home plate umpire, Mike Everett. You see Julio Mateo, who's been sensational out of their bullpen, one of the guys Jerry was referring to earlier. Warming up very early. Red Sox with their 9th batter of the first inning, Jason Varitek. Bases loaded, 3 runs in. And a foul ball off to the left. Jason at 283, 20 homers, 74 runs driven in.
On the other side of this, Sean, the more runs the Red Sox can tack on here early, Suppan may be able to relax a little bit.
Swing and a miss. He's had a long wait in that dugout, while Piniero has thrown 39 pitches, but we'd be happy to continue to wait if the Red Sox can tack on a few more. The 0-2 to Varitek, just inside.
Now Piniero doesn't like the call, but he has really not been that close to the strike zone all inning, and you're not really going to get many close calls when you're having problems throwing strikes the way he has.
Certainly even missed the target by a lot there. The catcher Wilson really had to move the mitt pretty good distance to handle that throw. Now the 1-2, breaking ball, strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Piniero, but the Red Sox get 3 runs, and after 1.
Flying to the Washington area for business?
If these 21 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore Washington International, maybe this will. Now you can fly to BWI for just $49 each way with our everyday fun fares.
You are now free to move about the country.
Any way you want it, it's the way you need it, any way you want it.
Look again at Ford authorized clearance and you'll see it's almost over. It's your last chance to get Explorer 4-doors with a no-charge power moonroof and a no-charge third-row seat. Time is running out to get the best deal on Explorer ever offered. Get Explorer with up to $5,000 cash back or 0% for 60 months. Plus, for a limited time, you'll save over $1,400 in no-charge options. Or lease Explorer for only $299 a month. Look again at your New England Ford dealer.
This is where Poland Spring comes from. Freiburg, Hollis, Poland, and Poland Spring. The whole idea is to keep our natural spring sources protected. That way, nature can do what nature does best. Produce what just may be the best tasting water on earth.
Back at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox lead 3-0. We go to the bottom of the second, and strike 1 into Johnny Damon. Top of the order for the Red Sox as they batted around in the first and scored 3 times against Joel Piniero. Breaking ball inside. Damon got the inning started with a walk. He stole second and scored the first of the 3 runs. It's the 30th time this season the Red Sox have batted around in an inning. That's a lot.
That's going to be reaching some type of record, I would have to think. 30 times batting around.
Swing and a miss. We were talking at the end of the inning, Jerry, about how it looked like Piniero didn't have much control over his fastball, but it had a pretty good breaking ball. He didn't throw the breaking ball very much in the first.
No, he has for the last 2 hitters. He struck Varitek out to end that threat in the first inning with the curveball. Now it's the good curveball again against Johnny Damon to pick up the strikeout. As I mentioned, not only does he have a very good fastball, but I think that curveball probably is his best pitch.
And ball 1 low with the fastball to Walker. Todd walked and scored in the first inning. Taking all the way, a strike on the outside corner. And another ball, 2-1. Oakland and Toronto have gone to the 5th inning. The Athletics still leading 2-1. Baltimore and the Yankees are tied at 3, also in the 5th. Well, he wants to keep throwing fastballs, and he keeps throwing balls. The 3-1 pitch. Walker might have chased ball 4. He chopped it into the Red Sox dugout. In the air in right center and well hit. Cameron drifting back into the triangle, and he misplayed the ball. Backpedaled, have it glance off his glove. And Walker winds up at third. Mike Cameron, one of the best defensive outfielders in baseball, misplayed that one. He was there, and it just grazed off the side of his glove, and Walker catches a break and winds up at third base.
You got it right, Sean. Very unusual to see Mike Cameron misplay a baseball like this, and maybe he was fooled by a couple of things. First of all, the breeze blowing out towards center field, and not quite sure how close he was to that Red Sox bullpen area.
And it's been scored an error on Cameron. Rare error against the Mariners. Just the second error of the season for Cameron. And now the infield in. Nomar with another RBI opportunity. He singled to right to knock in a run, his first RBI in 2 weeks. Last inning, he scored the 3rd Red Sox run. Mike Cameron won a Gold Glove in 2001. But misplayed that one.
I think, as I mentioned, a combination of two things. Misjudging the breeze. The ball was hit very high, and also that's a very difficult area for a visitor to go into, that triangle area where the Red Sox bullpen is.
Way inside. 2 balls and a strike on Garcia-Parra with Ramirez on deck.
Cameron heading back in this direction, and maybe not quite sure once he hits this warning track here how close he is to that wall.
Wow. There are all kinds of lines going over there on that telestrator. Breaking ball and a dandy for a strike, 2-2.
See, here's where he gets in trouble. He starts to backpedal, and I don't think he's quite sure where he is. And that ball just rolls back to the 420. That's a ball that normally, I mean, Cameron, one of the best, as you mentioned, defensively in center field.
Breaking ball missed. Cameron also has that Jimmy Williams cap going out there, the flat bill of the cap.
Now, Jimmy never broke that cap in, did he?
No.
It was always pretty flat and straight. Same thing down in Houston.
Lou Piniero, the same thing, too.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch, a hanger, hammered foul into the luxury boxes. Of course, there was no reason for Lou Piniero to break in a hat when he was just going to throw it and kick it and stomp on it.
Probably went through about 4 hats a week.
Walker at third, 1 out. Red Sox already up 3-0 in the 2nd inning. 3-2 to Nomar. Little lob, shallow center, a long run for Cameron, and he makes a nice catch this time. Up and throwing wide of the plate. Walker scores, and the Red Sox lead 4-0. Garcia-Parra with a 2nd RBI of the night.
That's a very heads-up base running play by both Mike Cubbage and Todd Walker, because that's tough one to read. You think it might drop in, and if you feel that way, you try to come halfway down the line. They immediately went back to tag up, and it pays off because Cameron has to go in the slide to make the catch. Once that happens, they have no chance to get Walker at home. A wise decision, a very quick decision by Cubbage and Walker, and it pays off.
2 outs and the bases empty and a ball low. Ramirez struck out swinging in the first. Piniero has fanned 4 already, but he's given up 4 runs. That'll be an unearned run as a result of the Cameron error. 1-1 now on Ramirez. 60 pitches already for Piniero. And he's not out of the second inning. Ripped up the middle. Piniero stuck his bare hand up. He's lucky that ball didn't hit him. And a base hit for Ramirez as he rifled one right past the mound.
See Piniero talking to himself as he heads back to the mound. He's lucky that ball didn't get a fire of his hand, because that might have been the season for him. Just a normal reaction, though, by a pitcher. Ball goes by, you try to knock it down any way you can, but you realize when you're about halfway up there with the hand, you've made a mistake.
David Ortiz looks at a ball low. He struck out. We're told from the official score that he was called out on strikes. There was some question about whether the pitch was a called third strike or a swinging third strike. Apparently it was a called third strike on Ortiz. Some people keep score, like to make that C or S for called or swinging. A little lazy pop up out of play to the left.
Hey, we kind of figured that one out. I'm glad we were right on that.
Jerry, how often are you wrong over the course of the year? Once, twice?
Yeah, once or twice a night.
No. I thought that was one of your best telestrations of the year.
That impressed me. That was a trip.
You turned and smiled at me and say, wow, how about that one?
A three-liner.
That's heading toward the right field corner. Ichiro can't get it. It's up into the stands on a hop. Bad break for the Red Sox as Ramirez will have to stop at third. And that hit the wall and clanged around a little bit. Manny would have had a chance to score running on contact with 2 outs.
A changeup this time, but the changeup is down and in. And that's right in the wheelhouse for David Ortiz. One big hop in the stands, a bad break, as Sean mentioned, for the Red Sox, because that'll hold Ramirez at third base. Well, finally there's some action out there in the bullpen again. It just seems like Melvin's hoping that Piniero can turn around, but there's been no indication of that so far in this game.
Mateo up for the second time in as many innings, and here is Millar. Big swing, a little foul tip. Millar singled in the left with 2 outs last inning and not going to run. Red Sox with 2 doubles tonight, 309 for the year. They're on pace to shatter the major league record. They had 8 doubles over the last 2 games in that Oakland series. Two men in scoring position. And Millar hits it in the air in left center. Didn't catch all of it. Cameron should catch it. And does. That ends the inning. Red Sox get 1 unearned run, and after 2 they lead 4-0.
Ooh, you're a naughty little boy, aren't you? Keep it up, and I'm gonna give you a spanking. I'll teach you the meaning of respect. You're not getting any of my Bud Light, do you hear me? No kisses for you. Not till you learn to obey me. Now, get down on all 4s.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Labor Day is your last chance to grab the best values in America at the Dodge Summer Sales Drive,
where you'll find our best products.
You've only got until September 2nd to grab our best deals, up to $4,500 cash allowances or 0% APR financing for 60 months.
All with Dodge's 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Let us prove we've got the best values in America. The Summer Sales Drive ends Labor Day, so hurry.
Hurry!
Hurry to your Dodge dealer today.
Some national
National Wireless ads don't really come out and say what they mean. No roaming on our special network? What's that about? And if you're off that special network, it's just 45 cents a minute. We'll put that in tiny type so you won't see it. We'll just surprise you on your bill.
Never pay roaming or long distance with Singular Nation. Plus, you get rollover to protect you against overage charges. And now get a Nokia color screen phone.
I call it my thanks for saying what you mean plan.
Singular Nation with rollover. Another reason why Singular fits you best.
Jeff Suppan pitching with a 4-0 lead as we go to the third. The 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Seattle. Dan Wilson takes fastball right down the middle. A veteran catcher at 256 with 3 homers, 34 runs batted in. There are a lot of big stars here tonight, Jerry, as Wilson looked at strike 2. He showed Ben Affleck. We're going to have a visit in the booth later from Ben. Let's hope that goes better than it did up in Toronto.
Oh, I'm sure it will, yeah.
We got in big trouble for that one. Joseph Abboud is here, as he so often is, the world famous fashion designer. Actually just designer, because he designs other stuff like cologne and that sort of thing. I saw Stephen King before the game. Ryan McDonough is here tonight.
I just saw him in the back of the booth.
A younger brother. All kinds of stars. Chopped to short. Nomar, a strong throw for the out. Friends, it's time to cast your ballot for UPN 38's 10th Player Award presented by Bob Stores. Visit any of the Bob Stores to vote for the Red Sox player who's performed beyond expectations. And you could win a new motorcycle from Boston Harley Davidson Buell in Everett. Vote at Bob Stores or online at UPN38.com. That must be coming to an end pretty soon. The ballot.
It's getting that time of year.
Yeah. We'll have to find out when that ends. Ichiro rolled one foul. He grounded out to Bill Miller at third. Made a nice play on a little slow roller in the first. The executive producer of Red Sox baseball on UPN 38 and WBZ4 is Russ Ken, who is the director of all sports programming at UPN 38. Tonight's telecast produced by Patrick Cavanaugh, directed by Mike Narachi. Leo White assisting us here in the booth. Adam Jupiter, cast of thousands. Here's a fly ball to left, pretty well hit. But room in front of the track for Ramirez, 2 outs.
You mentioned the name Russ Cannon. From my sources tell me he cost you a little money today on the golf course.
Well, he's the boss now, you know, Jerry, so I can't really throw him under the bus on worldwide television. But he was my partner today in the first day of the member guest golf tournament we were participating in, and he barely got invited back for the second day, I can tell you that. No, Russ played very well. It was his partner, me, who let him down. Although he could have sneezed in the putt that he missed on the 18th hole, but it happens. As you can tell, I've gotten over it 8 hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were fuming when you came in the booth tonight.
Oh, no. No, don't start. I'm here once a week. Can we just come in, have a nice, friendly, smooth telecast, and go rest up for 6 more days?
People would be bored if we did that.
Suppan fly, rather a McLemore fly to right against Suppan in the first inning. Well, already, Jerry, a much better performance by Suppan. Nowhere near the regular loud contact that we've seen from the opponents in Jeff's first 3 starts.
If anything, I've noticed a few more changeups that he's been working in tonight, other than the fastball and breaking ball.
Inside and low, 1-2 on McLemore. Suppan's given up 1 hit. A single by Edgar Martinez. Really was a routine ground ball. And he hit a batter, Randy Wynn. That's it for Mariner base runners. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jeff in the third. That's his first strikeout of the night. Middle of the third, Red Sox 4 and the Mariners.
It's
clearance time on the biggest selection of Toyota cars. Make your best clearance deal now and get $1,000 cash back on 2003 Camry sedans. Or get special low 0% APR financing. Or you could save up to $1,200 on specially equipped Avalons, Toyota's largest sedan. Toyota time. The time is now. See your New England Toyota dealer. It ends September 2nd.
Where's the Coke?
Check the pantry.
Cold Coke. Mom, where's the Coke?
Ask your father.
Mom, there's no...
Introducing the Coca-Cola Fridge Pack. Now it's easier to get what you want. Ice cold Coke.
An anniversary is something you never want to miss, especially this year. Announcing the Lincoln Mercury Anniversary Clearance, featuring great end-of-the-model year savings on every new Lincoln and Mercury, including Lincoln Navigator, the new Lincoln Aviator, the new Lincoln LS, and the best Lincoln Town Car ever, with 0% APR for 60 months or up to $7,500 cash back, plus your dealer's best model year-end price. Hurry to your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball from Fenway Park. Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy, and Dan Roach, delighted to have you with us. Bottom of the third, Trot Nixon takes a bender for strike one from Joel Piniero. Nixon doubled off the wall and left and knocked in a run in the 3-run Red Sox first. Boston added an unearned run in the second. Piniero has struggled 69 pitches through 2 innings plus. Good change up there. And Nixon swinging over the top of it. One and two on Nixon. Miller and Veritek to follow. It's the bottom third of the Boston order. Lifted to shallow right. Ichiro on the run. 1 out. Friday Night Baseball on UPN 38 is brought to you by Ford. If you haven't looked at a Ford lately, look again. And by Bernie and Phil's Furniture. Let our family make your family comfortable. First pitch to Bill Miller is a strike. Bill looked at ball 4 in the first inning. Piniero walked 3 in the first inning. 2 of them scored. Looks like his fastball's been his worst pitch tonight.
He's having trouble controlling the fastball. He threw a good changeup to Nixon and fouled with a good fastball inside, but the hook has been very good for him.
Swing and a miss. Miller dispatched. 5 strikeouts for Piniero.
All of a sudden, Piniero has pinpoint control. This time going with the fastball down and away from Bill Miller. Pitched very well to Nixon, and same now to Miller. So maybe finally, as Melvin stays with him, he's getting his act together and starting to throw strikes and throwing strikes where he wants to put them.
Veritek looked at a strike. Is that an intentional choice of words? Piniero has pinpoint control. No?
No, I'm not that smart.
Oh, yes, you are. You're very hard on yourself tonight, Jerry. Talking about making mistakes. Now acknowledging a general lack of intelligence. Foul on a play to the left.
Finally acknowledging it.
Some things are plainly obvious. You just let them go. Leave them out there. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 in a 1-2-3 inning for Piniero, who had pinpoint control in that inning. 4-0 Red.
Hello.
Hey, it's Susie. I'm in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by.
I don't know if that's a good idea. My place is kind of
I've got some Bud Light.
Come on up.
Nice place.
Thanks. I'll put this in the fridge. Make yourself at home.
Okay.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
A bowling ball.
Make it a Bud Light.
Hey. So what are you two doing today?
We're just gonna go shopping.
Shopping? That's a new one. Well, enjoy your shopping adventure. I'm sure you'll be gone all day.
Probably. We're going to Circuit City.
Huh? I'm gonna need comfortable shoes.
See you there. At Circuit City, you'll find the perfect wireless plan from T-Mobile or Verizon. Right now, save up to $250 on your new phone after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
Back at Fenway Park, Friday night baseball, the Red Sox leading Seattle 4-0 as we head to the fourth. Big day here at Fenway Park for the Jimmy Fund, the Radiothon going on throughout the day. We're joined by the chairman of the Jimmy Fund, Mike Andrews, former Red Sox second baseman. I'm surrounded by former Red Sox great second baseman.
Yeah, we kind of have a thing, you know.
It's my favorite number 2 right here.
My number 2.
If we retired, you know, we can claim it was for either one of you.
Well, actually, excuse me.
Pretty good second baseman himself. Sends it to center, and it's caught by Damon.
I don't know about you, Jerry, but mine never even hit the locker. They didn't even put it on the hanger. They put it on somebody's back so fast when I left town.
It's been about on 15 guys since we've had it.
Does it irritate you? I know it bothers Jerry. Does it irritate you?
Not at all. No, I'm above that. You know. I mean, it'd have to be somebody who loves a Wally doll that would, you know.
Well, we heard you threw a fit when they gave it to Jerry.
Well, no, actually, they didn't give it to Jerry. There were few in between. I think there were 4 that had it before Jerry.
Edgar Martinez, he has the only Seattle hit. But, Mike, it has been a great day for the Jimmy Fund. The last tally, more than $900,000 raised. Now, last year, I believe it was about $325,000. So that is a remarkable increase in 1 year. There's the latest total, $901,448. And again, the number is 877-738-1234. And the operators will be there till midnight.
I have to tell you guys, it's just, I just can't believe it. And it's, you know, you two.
Martinez spins one to short. And Omar threw him out.
You know, you two guys have been such great Jimmy Fund supporters for so many years, and you know, I really have to say we're really finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that, you know, the New Englanders who've been supporting us all along are understanding that we're getting that close, and it's going to take a real jump effort from here on in, but we got everything in place. All we need now is the support, and you know, they're talking about ending this thing in a decade, and you know, it making this a chronic disease that can be cured by anybody, and not anybody, but that would not be life-threatening. And I never thought I'd hear that.
Wow.
You know, so it's very special.
Indeed, it is. John Olerud, the batter. Mike, can you hang around? This is kind of a fast inning. And Jerry, you know, counting all the highlights of number 2 since I got in the way.
That's my job, to have a fast inning on that side.
Well, job well done so far by Suppan. The Red Sox still lead 4-0.
Okay, folks, let's get this party started. Call Seattle. Get McGregor on the phone.
Calling him now.
Morning. Good morning.
Sir. This is Scott McGregor. I'll be out of the office all day. Please leave a message.
That's not like McGregor.
McGregor's not there?
Great.
Excuse me, there's a Mr. McGregor here to see you.
Southwest Airlines last-minute fares. If you're paying more than $149 nonstop to Orlando or Tampa Bay, you're paying too much.
You are now free to move about the country.
I'm an electrician, a carpenter, a toilet handle jiggler. I'm a homeowner. I put a lot of hard work into it. Now I want my home to work for me. So I'm calling 1-800-CHAMPION for a home equity loan at today's low rates. Champion Mortgage works with you one-on-one to find the perfect loan. I'll make home improvements, pay off credit cards, hire a professional plumber.
Rates as low as 4%. Get started in just 10 minutes. Call 1-800-CHAMPION today for your free consultation. Champion says yes.
This summer, GMC takes it to the limit with up to $5,000 total cash back on every professional-grade GMC truck and SUV. Summer drive to the max. Current GMC owners or lessees can get up to $5,000 total cash back on all new GMCs. Upgrade to professional grade. See the pros at your participating New England GMC dealers.
Johnny Damon looked at strike one as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Red Sox batting with a 4-0 lead against Seattle, and Joel Piniero is coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. Damon up for the third time already. He walked and scored in the first. After stealing second, he struck out in the second inning. Damon, Walker, and Garcia Parra. We're visiting with Mike Andrews, chairman of the Jimmy Fund. A huge day for the Jimmy Fund, over $900,000 taken in the Radiothon, and still more to come. We hope for $1 million tonight. The way this is going, why not aim for that magic number with still 3 hours to go?
You know what? I think we're going to reach it. I honestly believe it's going to happen. And well, you know, our goal was $500,000, and here we are going to double it. It's just wonderful. It just plays a great due to all of the New Englanders who love the Jimmy Fund, and for what you guys have done, and what, you know, WEI and Nesson, and it's just been such a team effort.
Hit softly to short and caught by Sanchez, and it seems fitting to both of us. We talked about this, Mike, that this is all happening right after we lost our pal Ken Coleman, who did so much throughout so many years to help the Jimmy Fund and to make it what it is.
Well, you know, he obviously he's one of the most important people in my life. 25 years ago, he brought me to the Jimmy Fund, and it's been just a blessing for me. And when he was director, and he also, you know, I happen to be a part of that miracle team in '67, and that voice will be with me forever for that. But I think the biggest tribute I could ever play to Ken Coleman is the fact that I have never heard him say a bad word about anybody, and I never heard anybody say a bad word about Ken Coleman. And you know, it just doesn't get any better than that for somebody's life, and I'm so proud to have known him.
Walker hits it to short, a little bit higher than the ball hit by Damon. Sanchez catches that one, 2 outs.
Mike, there's always been a great tradition, obviously, with the Red Sox throughout the years, and people should know that the current Red Sox team players still have a tremendous effort, make their trips over to the building to visit the kids, and that's one thing that's never stopped.
You know, and Jerry, it doesn't get played up enough. Unfortunately, you know, the media too much, and they've really been supportive of the Jimmy Fund, but they don't tell these kind of stories and enough that to show the other side of these ball players. Are humans, and they do care. And I have to tell you, you're right. In this organization, I am so happy with what they have committed to, and obviously with Larry Lucchino being a survivor of Dana-Farber, but John Henry and Tom Warner, I mean, and all the limited partners, they have been just like they want to take it to the next level, if that's even possible, and they're making every effort to do it. So you're right. It's too bad we don't hear the good side enough, huh?
1-1 to Nomar is a fly ball to right. Cameron, the center rather. Cameron started back and then in to make the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning. Mike, we're delighted for you and
Sean,
for the Jimmy Fund, and keep it going.
All right, my friend Jerry.
Thank you, Mike.
Always a pleasure.
Keep up the good work.
All right, we'll do it until we end it, and it will end.
He's Mike Andrews. The Red Sox lead 4-0 after 4.
Just run buck naked through a sea of people.
It's that 70s streakout.
You look like a bunch of idiots.
A bunch of naked idiots.
What is it with you young people in Colombo?
That 70s show.
Monday at 7 on UPN 38.
Okay, we've got something borrowed, something blue, something old,
Something new.
something new. I don't have anything. I don't have anything new. Something new!
Introducing Dunkin' Donuts' refreshing new lemonade Coolada. For a new twist on lemonade, it's just the thing.
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and try our new refreshing lemonade culotta. To quench your thirst, this delicious frozen drink is just the thing.
Introducing 2 ways to enjoy delicious smoky flavor. Wendy's new Mesquite Chicken Grill and Mesquite Bacon Cheeseburger, a bold smoky sauce. Mesquite smoked cheddar and bacon on a grilled chicken breast filet or hot and juicy beef. Wendy's, it's better here.
Mike Cameron, the leadoff batter here in the 5th inning against Jeff Suppan, having by far his best start. And this his 4th outing as a member of the Red Sox. He's pitched 4 scoreless innings and has allowed just 1 slow ground ball single. He's retired the last 7 Mariners who've had just 2 base runners through the first 4 innings. On the single and a hit batsman. Cameron, Wynn, and Sanchez coming up. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Cameron out on a fly ball to right his first time up. Hits that in the air and pretty well struck, but Damon has room as he backpedals near the edge of the warning track. 1 out in the 5th. Here's Dan Roach.
All right, thank you very much, Sean. And we're joined by Dr. Lawrence Schulman. He's the Chief Medical Officer for the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. And first of all, Doctor, thanks for joining us. We're up over $900,000, as Mike Andrews just said to the guys a few moments ago. That's going to please you an awful lot.
Well, this has been a terrific night, both for the Red Sox, obviously, who've built a nice lead, and also for the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber. And I tell you, that's an incredible amount of money. I mean, they've worked so hard. Everybody in the Red Sox organization has really helped us out, and it's going to go a long way to help us in our battle to fight cancer.
Speaking of that battle to fight cancer, Doctor, tell our viewership how close you are to really making some big-time progress against cancer.
Well, the biology and the technology has improved astronomically over the last couple of years, and the National Cancer Institute has set a goal of 2015 as the year that we're really going to make major strides in eradicating cancer, and that's what we're striving for. And we're going to play a major role in that.
That's all good news to all those kids out there that we talk to and hear about, and let's hope the money keeps on coming in. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
All right, Sean and Jerry, back to you.
All right, thank you, Rochi. Thank you to Dr. Schulman as well. The total up over $914,000 right now. Wow. Staggering amount of money. Rip toward the right field corner. That's a fair ball up into the stands on a hop. And it'll be a ground rule double for Randy Wynn.
Suppan made him look bad on a couple of breaking balls, but this is the fastball. See, Veritek was set up inside. That fastball stayed away, and Randy Wynn able to hook it 1 hop into the seats for the ground rule double. Sean mentioned only the 2nd hit of the night for the Mariners, who recently have been in somewhat of an offensive skid.
There's Ray Sanchez. He took a ball outside. He grounded to first in the 2nd inning. 4-0 Red Sox. The hit's 5-2 for Boston. Seattle has made the only error of the game that led to an unearned run. Sanchez with Dan Wilson to follow. Good pitch over the outside part of the plate.
And a breath of fresh air for a veteran player like Sanchez to go from that Met situation to go on a team that's got an excellent chance to be in postseason play.
There's their general manager, Pat Gillick. In the dirt. Gets past Veritek, and on to third goes Wynn. He's the first Mariner to reach third base. That's a wild pitch. Charge to Suppan.
Curveball from Suppan. I don't think that's the pitch that Varitek was expecting there. I believe he was crossed up on that pitch, and by the time he chases it back to the wall, Wynn to third base, and then the meeting between Varitek and Suppan discuss those signs.
That is certainly not the way Jason usually goes after blocking a ball in the dirt. He almost turned away from that one.
You could tell when he was walking back after getting the ball, he was shaking his head. You knew right away there was some type of cross-up.
Fly ball down the right field line. Nixon near the pole makes the catch. Here comes Wynn, and the Mariners are on the board. It's 4-1. Sacrifice fly for Sanchez. That's his 5th RBI as a member of the Mariners.
And even though Nixon was shallow, he did have to go toward the foul line to make this play. So deep enough to get Randy Wynn, who has very good speed at third base, across with the first run of the night. And you see in the double box that Wynn did not leave third base early. He left right on time and scores the run.
Base is empty now with 2 outs. 5th inning. Red Sox on top 4-1. Dan Wilson slaps one in a right, a base hit. Wilson now 1 for 2. 3 hits in the game for Seattle. Red Sox fans, we invite you to tune into UPN 38 every Sunday night at 10:30 for Red Sox This Week. This Sunday, host Dan Roach will have a special tribute to Ken Coleman, the Red Sox Hall of Fame broadcaster who died yesterday. Then at 11:30 on our sister station WBZ4, don't miss Sports Final. Bob Lobel will be live from the Green Monster seats with guests John Valentin and Peter Gammons. You can catch all of that Sunday night here on UPN 38 and on WBZ4. Top of the order for the 3rd time for Seattle. Ichiro 0 for 2. Takes a fastball knee high for a strike. He was grounded to third and fly to left. You mentioned, Jerry, they're collectively in a bit of an offensive funk, and Ichiro 3 for his last 16. Little nubber fielded cleanly by Suppan. A nice play to end the inning. The Mariners get 1 halfway through the ball game. 4-1 Red Sox.
You know, some people actually go through life without ever really enjoying themselves. Ouch. These are the same people who drink beer without ever really enjoying the taste. Plunkers. I mean, talk about missing out. Beer should refresh you, quench your thirst, satisfy your taste buds. Budweiser's brewed for this purpose and this purpose only. Can you taste it?
The following offer has been approved for viewing audiences.
Chevrolet presents Summer Drive 2, the Max.
Now, current Chevy owners and lessees get $4,000 total cash back when you purchase a 2003 Chevy Silverado. Or current Chevy owners and lessees get $5,000 total cash back when you purchase a 2003 Chevy Trailblazer. See your local Chevy dealer.
To get through 4 years of college, you can order a lot of coffee to go, or you can order a lot of PC to go. Do schoolwork without being in school when you upgrade to a compact Presario with the mobile Intel Pentium 4 Processor M. For only $9.99 after rebate, you get desktop power that goes where you go. So you can email photos, watch movies, burn CDs, and, oh yeah, do schoolwork. Call today and get free shipping and compact desktops from just $349. When it really matters, choose compact.
Started the proceedings that pushed the starting time of this game back about 48 minutes. So far worth the wait for the Red Sox and their fans. 4-1 Boston, bottom of the 6th inning. Julio Mateo to begin his first full inning of relief. He came in to strike out Varitek with the bases loaded last inning. Top of the order, Johnny Damon. Strike on the outside corner. Johnny walked, stole second, and scored in the first. He struck out in the second. Line softly to short. in the fourth. Todd Walker on deck, and then Nomar. A ball low as Damon ran up as if to bunt. The Jimmy Fund Radiothon now up to over $946,000. Moving in on that amazing $1 million mark. Still more than 2 hours to go. Lash to left on the run to make the catch. Randy Wynn.
Randy Wynn shading Damon to the opposite field. That ball slicing off the bat of Damon and hooking toward foul territory. But Randy Wynn, very quick, gets a great jump on it and able to make the play. A very good jump in left field by Randy Wynn, and kind of made an easy play out of it.
Here's Todd Walker. Strike one. Walker walked and scored in the first. Reached on an error by Mike Cameron, who misplayed his fly ball to deep center in the second. He scored again. And he lined sharply to short in the fourth. Check swing. No swing. We mentioned earlier this is the Mariners' only visit to Fenway Park this year. They went 4-2 here in Boston in 2001. That was their only winning record at Fenway Park in the last 17 years. They've been dreadful here at Fenway.
I remember many games, Sean, where they had leads late in the game under Lou Piniero, but those are the days where they had that just horrible bullpen, and it seemed like every time they come in here from the 7th inning on, the Red Sox are able to come back and get a win.
Mariners are 61-92 all time in Boston. Chopped right back to Mateo. On to Olerud, 2 outs. Let's give you that number again if you want to participate and make a donation to the Jimmy Fund as part of the WEEI Jimmy Fund Radiothon that's been going out all day long. The total now $946,000. The goal was $500,000. It's been adjusted because of the tremendous outpouring from folks around the country. They're hoping for $1 million before the operators go home at midnight tonight. 877-738-1234. It's a toll-free call. 877-738-1234. Here's Nomar in the air in the left center and dropping fast, but Wynn with his speed runs it down, and Mateo has a 1-2-3 inning after 6. 4-1 Red Sox.
Yet another perfect fit. Introducing the Coca-Cola Fridge Pack. Now that's innovation.
Hey. Well, what are you two doing today?
We're just gonna go shopping.
Shopping? That's a new one. Well, enjoy your shopping adventure. I'm sure you'll be gone all day.
Probably. We're going to Circuit City.
Huh? I'm gonna need comfortable shoes.
See you there. At Circuit City, you'll find the perfect wireless plan from T-Mobile or Verizon. Right now, save up to $250 on your new phone after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
There's a state where the national pastime is the game of what if. What if all cars were turbocharged? What if innovation were the official currency? Saabs are made in the state of independence, where freedom is held as tightly as the road. Welcome.
The Saab 9.3 Linear Sport Sedan, available during the Everyday is Independence Day summer sales event for as low as $299 a month.
Busy again tonight out on the green monster seats. Very popular seats all season long.
Oh,
starting to build momentum, Sean.
Can he come?
I've got to get the go-ahead first. Once I get the
We don't know
go-ahead.
if this is a go yet.
No, we're still trying to get.
Who needs to sign off on this? John Henry?
Mr. John Henry, Mr. Larry Lucchino, and Mr. Tom Warner.
Do they know who you think you are?
I hope so.
Randy Wynn is hit by a pitch. He doubled and scored their run in the 5th inning. He looked at strike 1 from Suppan. Bullpen in action as the inning begins. Suppan's thrown 83 pitches now. He's ahead of Wynn 0-2. Wynn, Sanchez, Wilson, bottom third of the order. Williamson up again with Alan Embry. Sensational outing. Really most all of the Mariner hits, 4 out of the 5, have been softly struck. Pretty well hit ball there, but Damon runs it down to the triangle, 1 out. You wonder, Jerry, if it had gotten to the point where if he came out, Suppan came out tonight and had 1 more stinker, because he wasn't just losing in those 3 outings. The Red Sox were losing. Jeff had just 1 L personally. He was getting whacked around like a piñata.
Well, I think it is a very big outing, obviously, Sean. You know, he did have some struggles in those first few outings, and this one hopefully will get him settled down. And, you know, they did call up, as we mentioned earlier, Royho, who has an excellent year at AAA. Oop, misjudged that one.
And Nixon running a straight line sideways when he should have been drifting back a little bit. And on his way to third is Ray Sanchez with a triple.
Well, we mentioned earlier how shallow they play for Sanchez, and that's what they're supposed to do. But Nixon takes a route here that'll go straight across. And then that ball was hit a little bit harder than I think he anticipated. It was like a slider that stayed up in the zone or a cut fastball. Nixon straight across, and it gets up over his head. Once it gets by him, that's 3 bases for Ray Sanchez.
So a runner in scoring position, runner at third with 1 out for Dan Wilson. The Seattle catcher, number 9 hitter, slapped a single and a right last time up. That was in the 5th inning. He grounded a short in the 3rd. Infield back for the Red Sox, as they should be. Outfield more or less straight away. Manny very shallow and left. As he usually is. 4-1 Boston. The hits are 7-6 for the Red Sox. Seattle's made the only error of the game. Up and in on Wilson. Ichiro on deck and the left-hander Embry ready, so it's possible this could be the last batter for Suppan. Wilson fisted 1 foul off to the right. What a relief this has to be to Jeff. So much attention on him when he was acquired from Pittsburgh, trying to strengthen a Red Sox starting pitching staff that could use a little bolstering. And 3 very poor performances in a row before this terrific outing tonight. Grounded to second. That'll get the run in. Sanchez across to make it 4-2. And here comes Grady Little. He's going to come out with the hook right now. Embry will be summoned with Ichiro coming up. But a much better, much different Jeff Suppan out there for the Red Sox tonight.
No question about it. He looked more in control tonight, much more confidence, was spotting his pitches, mixing, changing speeds. A very good outing for Suppan.
And the fans show their appreciation. 4-2 Boston in the 7th inning. Alan Embry, the new pitcher, when we come back.
everyday low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
This is where Poland Spring comes from. Freiburg, Hollis, Poland, and Poland Spring. The whole idea is to keep our natural spring sources protected. That way, nature can do what nature does best. Produce what just may be the best tasting water on Earth.
Labor Day is your last chance to grab the best values in America at the Dodge Summer Sales Drive,
where you'll find our best products.
You've only got until September 2nd to grab our best deals, up to $4,500 cash allowances or 0% APR financing for 60 months.
All with Dodge's 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Let us prove we've got the best values in America. The Summer Sales Drive ends Labor Day, so hurry!
Hurry!
Hurry to your Dodge dealer today!
Up here in part to say, you know, thank you to everybody who helped raise more than $1 million for the Jimmy Fund today. Wow. The WEI Radiothon and everybody who contributed, and thank you very much.
Well, you were a big part of that, and it was nice of you. I know you weren't in town. You really came in town to be a part of that and check out some of the action. We know you don't have a heck of a lot else going on in your life right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep quiet. You know how it is. But, you know, this is obviously sports. Red Sox means the world to me, and sports means a lot to us and everything. But you know, it's nice to be reminded that there are things that are more important. People fighting really difficult, challenging, good fights. It's important to support them and to honor them, and it's a nice thing to be part of. It reminds one what is means something, what's important.
And
Jimmy Fund.
It looks good too. It looks like they're going to go over $1 million today, so that's terrific.
It's really it was a thrill. It was a lot of fun.
Ichiro facing the new pitcher Alan Embry with 2 outs and the bases empty here in the 7th. That's lashed out of play. You had a chance to check out the monster seats tonight.
I did. I think they're excellent. It's really an impressive. I mean, I never thought I would be sitting on top of the Green Monster, and I was actually talking to some of the guys before the game, some of the players. I was fortunate enough to run into them before I was coming out, and they said, "Boy, you must have good connections. Those seats are sold out for the next year or something." So obviously they're very popular.
You're all buddy-buddy with the players now this year?
Very nice guys. Outstanding players, each to a man, wonderful people, and the greatest sports team in America.
You know, his Arojo-ness now has a restaurant down in the Tampa Bay area.
That was your best line.
That was your best line last year.
Rolando Arojo.
And you know, Rolando didn't
under control. Not one of your favorites.
I think he understood that I meant that as a compliment. But fortunately, this team.
He knew you did not mean that as a compliment.
Seems to have a magical chemistry. They're exciting. 14 runs last night. They're on a roll here. I don't want to jinx anything, but this team, I believe, if we can hang there with the wild card, has the talent to beat anybody in baseball in a playoff series. So it's exciting.
Now, have you converted your soon-to-be bride into a Red Sox fan?
Well, she calls herself a Red Sox widow. She doesn't understand how anybody can watch, because I watch 162 games a year, so obviously you know, watch you guys every day. But I will also sometimes turn on the Yankees game if they're losing, and she objects to the 2 baseball games a day watching. She feels that's excessive. That's so.
And once you get married, you know, you have to pretty much do what she tells you to do.
I keep trying to convince her, you know, that you know, hey, Manny's from the Bronx. Uh-oh.
That's pretty well struck toward the wall in left center. And off the Jimmy Fund logo on the left center field wall, a double for Ichiro. His first hit of the night, and that gets the tying run coming to the plate for the Mariners here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to Ichiro, right-handed or left-handed, or he can hit just about anybody. He'll take the fastball from Embry, go to the opposite field, and take advantage of that left field wall out here at Fenway Park. Ichiro has got to be one of the most exciting players in all of baseball. Just does so many things well.
I wish he wasn't exciting playing against us, but yeah, it's exciting.
Got a grand slam last weekend against us that really hurt, but
it'd be nice if he was exciting somewhere else.
Yeah.
Here's Mark McLemore, 0 for 3 tonight. He's the tying run at the plate. Switch hitter batting from the right against Embry. And ball 1. Now you know that Wally is pretty much infatuated with your lovely.
That's interesting because Wally, I said, listen, I'm going to see Sean and Jerry, and she said, well, you're going to see Wally. So she wasn't that impressed with either of you two guys, but she was interested in passing on her regards to Wally, so I'm going to, of course, pass those on.
Because you know Wally, as Jerry showed you, has that's a little picture of Jennifer.
Yeah, she's not only sent the picture, but she sends love letters.
She signed it, and Wally stares at that. He doesn't really even watch the game when that's down there.
Well, and she understands. She's a big. Like I said, I try to tell her, hey man, he's from the Bronx in your neighborhood, and he's Ortiz I think speaks Spanish, and I try any little connection I can. And
he's Manny from the block.
He is Manny from the block. But it's you have to understand that the unique and spectacular charm of the greatest. There he is. Look at him. He's a champion. He's one of the greatest men ever to walk the earth. Manny Ramirez.
Wow, have you changed in a year? Last year it was rip carve.
What are you talking about?
Rip carve.
I said last year I wanted to marry Ramirez. That got buried under the rest of it.
That's true. I remember that. That's right.
Uh-oh. He's going.
And McLemore drives one toward the gap in left center. Here comes Ichiro, and in the second goes McLemore. Back-to-back doubles against Embry. And the Mariners have the tying run at second base.
And that's going to bring Grady quickly out of that dugout. He's got Williamson loosing in a bullpen. You got the right-handed Boone coming to the plate. You mentioned earlier, Sean, the Red Sox had a couple of chances at knockout punch in this one. They've let the Mariners hang around, and now it's a one-run game.
So Embry will depart, having allowed a run on 2 hits and not retiring a batter. He's responsible for McLemore. Scott Williamson on to pitch to Brett Boone with the tying run at second when we come back.
The morning news on UPN 38, 7 to 8 a.m. with Carey, Scott, and Barry. Local news at a time you can't get anywhere else. The morning news on UPN 38. Weekdays from 7 to 8 a.m.
Well, that about wraps it up. Any questions? You've been awfully quiet, Bob. Bob?
Thirsty for a cold drink? Try the one-of-a-kind taste of Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee.
Bob?
The secret's out. Come into Dunkin' Donuts and try our sweet, moist scones. Available in raspberry, white chocolate, maple walnut, blueberry, and new cinnamon apple.
It's clearance time on the biggest selection of Toyota trucks. You could get special low 0% APR financing on 2003 Tundra pickups. Or you could get combined savings of up to $2,165. Or you could get combined savings of up to $1,070 on most 2003 Tacomas. Toyota time. The time is now. See your New England Toyota dealer. It ends September 2nd.
Introducing 2 ways to enjoy delicious smoky flavor. Wendy's new Mesquite Chicken Grill and Mesquite Bacon Cheeseburger, a bold smoky sauce. Mesquite smoked cheddar and bacon on a grilled chicken breast filet or hot and juicy beef. Wendy's, it's better here.
It's been hit or miss. That's been true of Scott Williamson. He's in now to make his 11th appearance. And he inherits the tying run at second base. Go-ahead run at the plate with 2 outs in the 7th. 2 runs in this inning. 1 charge to Suppan, the other to Embry, and a strike on the first pitch from Williamson to Brett Boone. 1 for 3 with an infield hit. Boone hit a chopper over the mound and reached in the 6th inning. Mark McLemore, the runner at second base. Back-to-back doubles by Ichiro and McLemore to get the Mariners within 1 run. Boone did Williamson a big favor. Swung at a 95-mile-per-hour eye-high fastball.
Williamson got beat here early in the week on a split-fingered fastball that stayed inside. 2 pitches here. His best pitch, the breaking ball, and then the hard fastball up and out of the zone. Quickly ahead 0-2.
He struck him out. And Boone slams down the bat in disgust. Williamson comes in to do the job, and the Red Sox still have the lead at the 7th inning stretch.
Whoa. Some people will put anything in their mouths. I'm not kidding. These are the same people who couldn't care less where their beer was brewed or when. Me? I know the fresher the beer, the better the taste. So does Bud. That's why they put a born on date on every beer they sell. Come on, taste matters.
Those
husband and I are looking at Ford Taurus.
Oh, you'll love all the room.
It has the most passenger room in its class.
And it's a great value with a personal safety system.
Well, we thought the quadruple 5-star safety rating was key.
The price sold us. Taurus is thousands less than Camry or Accord.
We're saving over $6,700 in finance charges.
Seriously?
Zero financing for 72 months plus $1,000 bonus cash or up to $4,000 cash back.
Look again at the best-selling brand of cars and trucks in New England, only at your New England Ford dealer. These people did.
The Nokia 3300 from Singular, amazing. This keyboard makes text messaging so easy, so fast, it's just like talking. Plus, I can download and play MP3s. With this, I got my friends and my music with me. All the time.
Singular brings you the Nokia 3300, text messaging, an MP3 player, and a phone all in one. And right now, it's just $99.99.
I call it my phone.
The new Nokia 3300, another reason to come in and see why Singular fits you best.
5-3. Red Sox have the lead. A little breathing room after the Manny Ramirez homer in the bottom of the 7th. Scott Williamson on the mound. He got a big final out of the top of the 7th with the strikeout of Brett Boone, who was the go-ahead run at the plate. Edgar Martinez after the first ball, and he lined one into center. So the lead man on. The tying run will come to the plate for the Mariners again. Martinez 3 for 4 tonight with 3 singles.
First baseman, number 5, John Olerud.
The first hit given up by Williamson. The 9th hit for Seattle. They're now out hitting the Red Sox 9-8. Here's Olerud, mired in a long slump, 0 for 3 and down to a most uncharacteristic 257. Now, Jerry, unbelievably good news. Glenn Greffner just came in to tell us that the Radiothon total, it hit $975,000. They were within $25,000 of $1 million. The Red Sox, who had already made a major donation earlier today, John Henry, Larry Lucchino, and Tom Werner got together, and they're going to donate another $25,000 to ensure that the Jimmy Fund Radiothon gets over $1 million today. So
very nice.
An amazing day in the illustrious history of the Jimmy Fund. And thank you again so much, folks. We're at $1 million and counting, and still an hour and a half to go at 877-738-1234. And 2 on Olerud. Mike Cameron on deck. Red Sox a chance to gain a game on the wild card race and in the American League East, with the Yankees and Oakland each losing tonight. A lot of these celebrities are frauds when it comes to being a fan, or at least some are.
Well, we know
not
2 of
Ben
them.
Affleck.
No, and not Matt Damon either.
No.
They both love the Red Sox.
Yeah, they sure do. Millar playing a little bit behind the runner Martinez at first, who's very slow. Infield at double play depth, the outfield more or less straight away. Fouled off the mid of Veritek. Pitch just missed, a little bit outside.
Good shot from upstairs, right behind home plate. Clearly that pitch about 4 or 5 inches off the outside edge.
Two pitch is high. Williamson, the third Red Sox pitcher of the night. He joined us late. Jeff Suppan, a terrific start. Jeff pitched 6 2/3 innings and allowed just 2 runs. Check swing, strike 3, says Mike Everett, the home plate umpire. Olerud questioning whether it was a call on the pitch or the swing.
Back to the breaking ball for Williamson to pick up the strikeout. And again, I think they called it on the pitch. Let's take a look at the home plate umpire, see what call he makes.
It could have been either one.
Either one, yeah. Very seldom do you see Olerud even look toward an umpire.
Probably just said have a nice day. I mean, he's a pretty easygoing guy. Cameron takes a pitch up and in.
It's interesting when Olerud was playing in New York with the Mets. It's just a match I just couldn't, you know, it just didn't fit.
No.
They say that he rode the subways there to get to the ballpark and get back home. Well, that's a nasty breaking ball there from Williamson. Good bite on it.
Remember the story, if you look again at that pitch, when Ricky Henderson joined the Mariners, and Olerud, you know, he always wears the helmet because he had a brain aneurysm
right
during batting practice and fielding practice. And Ricky Henderson said, gee, I played with a guy in New York who, you know, always used to wear a batting helmet. And Olerud said, yeah, that was me. Cameron got under that one. Still managed to hit it a pretty decent distance. Damon the catch. 2 outs. Here's Dan Roach.
All right, thank you very much, Sean. I thought we'd end our little audience segment here tonight with a great story of the Jimmy Fund and a cancer survivor, Yuri Berenguer, 21-year-old, now does every Red Sox game on radio in Spanish. And Yuri, you're a cancer survivor. Tell me how long you battled the disease.
Well, I battled it for 15 years. I mean, I can tell you some unbelievable war stories through my battles with cancer, but I'll tell you what, it was all worthwhile. Unbelievable to share in such a great event today and see such good things being done.
Tell me a little bit about what it's like to be the Spanish broadcaster for the Red Sox now at age 21.
Well, you and I were talking about it earlier. I mean, I could be working for a living, you know, but I come to a ballpark every day. What can I say? I'm 21 years old, watching baseball and getting paid for it.
You also have a pretty good uncle, too, who used to pitch for the Minnesota Twins.
He was all right. I don't know if he's pretty good, but he's all right. Juan Berenguer pitched for the Twins, pitched for the Braves. I remember watching him as a little kid here at Fenway Park. He used to sit right behind the dugout, the visiting dugout, and throw notes between me and the Minnesota Twins back and forth. And, I mean, just had fun with it. And ever since then, I've been a Red Sox fan and just been loving life, you know.
Give us a quick Spanish play-by-play on this pitch.
Aquí viene el lanzador, el lanzamiento, la pellizca de foul hacia atrás. La cuenta está 0 bolas 2 strikes con 2 outs. Boston ganando 5 carreras por 3 en la parte alta de la octava entrada. Bateando Randy Wynn y Williamson tratando de salvar el juego para los Medias Rojas de Boston. Se prepara Williamson. 0-2 la cuenta, hay 2 outs. Los fanáticos de Boston se ponen de pie. Todo el mundo preparándose para la victoria que nos empataría con los Oakland Athletics y nos ponemos a 6 juegos de los Yankees de Nueva York. Se prepara Williamson. La pierna arriba. El lanzamiento, bola alta.
Hey, nice job, and congratulations to you, the Jimmy Fund, $1 million, and very nice story in yourself, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much. Again, it's just great. It's awesome, and great for me to be a part of this awesome activities. Thank you very much.
Sean, Jerry?
All right, Roachy, thank you very much. Thank you to Yuri Berenguer as well. A 1-2 to Randy Wynn. He struck him out. Heading to the bottom of the 8th at Fenway, Boston 5, Seattle 3.
I think that went really well.
I think it was great. I love the first 2 sketches. Send them off by Thursday.
I should get that silver Jaguar. Is something telling you it's time to get a Jaguar? Presenting the Unleash a Jaguar sales event.
Lease an X-Type for $279 at your New England Jaguar retailer.
Unleash one today.
Hey! So what are you two doing today?
We're just gonna go shopping.
Shopping? That's a new one. Well, enjoy your shopping adventure. I'm sure you'll be gone all day.
Probably. We're going to Circuit City.
Huh? I'm gonna need comfortable shoes.
See you there. At Circuit City, you'll find the perfect wireless plan from T-Mobile or Verizon. Right now, save up to $250 on your new phone after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
Following offer has been approved for viewing audiences. Chevrolet presents Summer Drive 2, The Max. Current Chevy owners and lessees get $4,500 total cash back when you purchase a 2003 Chevy Malibu or Impala. Plus, current Chevy owners and lessees get $5,000 total cash back when you purchase a 2003 Chevy Cavalier. See your local Chevy dealer today.
There's Kasasaki. He's been injured much of the year. Miller banged one right to the third baseman McLemore. One pitch and one out for Hasegawa. And Miller now 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Julio Mateo pitched 2 in the third innings of relief for Seattle. He allowed 1 run, just 1 hit, but that was the homer by Ramirez. And he struck out 2. The only base runner the Red Sox had in Mateo's 2 in the third innings was the home run by Ramirez. Jason Varitek, the hitter, 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. Ball 1 low. Out of play to the left, the ball and a strike. Red Sox have Young Kim warming up in their bullpen. In the top of the 9th, the Mariners have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Ray Sanchez, Dan Wilson, and Ichiro. Inside, Varitek had to skip out of the way. The attendance here tonight is 34,379. That is a sellout. And one of them will have a souvenir, courtesy of Jason Varitek. It's the 41st home sellout of the year here at Fenway, and the 31st in a row. And most of them are still here, even though we're past 10:30. With the 48-minute rain delay at the start. That's a well-hit ball to right. Ichiro retreating. He's at the wall, and that ball's gone. So Jason Varitek, who had a miserable night at the plate, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, turns his night around in a hurry with a blast into the Seattle bullpen.
And that's only the 3rd home run that Hasegawa has given up this season. You're right, Sean. You start the game off striking out 3 times in a row. You get that final at bat, and you get that good feeling back again with the home run. Now the tack-on run for the Red Sox to make it the 6-3 game.
Remember the Cosby's little girl Rudy?
I'm back and all grown up.
And starring in the coming-of-age drama, What About Your Friends?
Wow.
Tonight at 8 on UPN 38.
An anniversary is something you never want to miss, especially this year. Announcing the Lincoln Mercury Anniversary Clearance, featuring great end-of-the-model year savings on every new Lincoln and Mercury, including Lincoln Navigator, the new Lincoln Aviator, the new Lincoln LS, and the best Lincoln Town Car ever, with 0% APR for 60 months or up to $7,500 cash back, plus your dealer's best model year-end price. Hurry to your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Everyone procrastinates. Did you mow the lawn?
Not yet. Did you call the dentist?
This can't wait. Call 1-800-CHAMPION today to refinance your home with the best rates in decades. Champion Mortgage works with you one-on-one to help slash your mortgage payments. Use the extra cash for big expenses, home improvements, credit cards. Why wait?
Did you call Champion?
Absolutely.
Rates as low as 4%. Don't miss out. Call 1-800-CHAMPION for your free consultation. Champion says yes.
Weekdays this fall, discover the answer to one of TV's most perplexing questions. How this guy scored this girl.
I was spinning.
I feel happy, healthy, and more alive. How is sitting on the couch rotting?
It must be love. The King of Queens, delivering the laugh.
Start September 15th on UPN 38.
The Red Sox have never trailed in the game. They lead 6-3 as we go to the 9th. We remind you, friends, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. In addition, the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. B.K. Kim on to try to save it for Jeff Suppan. As we go to the 9th, Red Sox leading 6-3, and his first pitch is a strike to Ray Sanchez. B.K. looking for his 10th save. He misses outside.
Came in yesterday after a rough outing, but yesterday against Oakland, an inning in that game did have a strikeout. I think good to get him back on the mound after that tough outing earlier in the week.
8, 9, and 1 here is due Sanchez, Dan Wilson, and Ichiro. 1-2 the count. Scott Williamson, a good outing tonight. He pitched an inning and a third of scoreless relief, allowed just 1 hit and struck out 3. Outside.
Now the Red Sox can close this one out in 9th. A good night all the way around, especially for the Jimmy Fund #1. Yankees lose. Oakland loses.
Couldn't really get any better. That's out of play to the right. Two and 2 on Sanchez. This would be a great way to start the series. The Red Sox have lost consecutive series here at Fenway. The Orioles and the A's. Another ball in just about the same spot down there by Canvas Alley. Sanchez with the Mariners now, his 8th different team in a 13-year major league career. Mariners 3 outs away from their 3rd straight loss. If it stays this way, they won't lose any ground. Relative to Oakland, they will retain their 3-game lead in the American League West. Sanchez, who doesn't walk much, has battled to a 3-2 count, and he walks on a frisbee up and away. Dan Wilson due, but they're going to send up a pinch hitter, Ben Davis, a backup catcher. He's a little bit more of a threat with the bat. And a switch hitter. He'll hit from the left. His average .259 overall, 5 homers, 36 runs batted in. He's a .243 hitter, left-handed. 1 for 4 this year as a pinch hitter. It's in the air in right center. Nixon back by the bullpen, leaps and makes a tremendous catch. Reaching into the bullpen to rob Davis of a home run.
Oh, we have seen some spectacular plays out near the bullpen area this year. Rounding home runs. This is the latest. Trot Nixon back to the warning track. Fortunately, the ball was hit very high, and that gave him a chance to get back there and almost get himself braced. Makes the catch, holds onto the baseball as he hits his right side into the wall. Whew, boy, that close to a one-run ball game.
Great catch by Nixon. Martinez has had just one at bat in his career against Kim. He's 0 for 1. Martinez got a pretty good pitch to hit right there, and he fouled it off.
Yeah, he knows it too. He wouldn't mind having that one back again. Oh my goodness, and that's going to bring a conversation between Varitek and Kim. Not where you want to leave it with the game on the line.
You saw the reaction. Martinez just threw his arms up in the air, realizing that that was the kind of pitch he could have driven out of here to put the Mariners ahead. And Kim, ultra fortunate to get away with it. He'd be wise not to throw it there again. Oh, and 2 on Martinez. 2 outs, 2 men on. 6-4 Boston in the top of the 9th. The 0-2 pitch just off the end of the bat. If Martinez could extend it, and he just barely clung to life there, John Olerud, who's in a terrible slump, would hit next. Another 0-2 pitch way outside, and a big backhand stop by Varitek. If that goes by, all of a sudden the tying run is in scoring position.
Big plays that you don't see mentioned often in the paper the next day, but it could be in this ball game.
1-2. These fans have been here a long time. And they want to walk out of here with smiles on their faces, some anxious faces now. 1-2 pitch, fouled away. Varitek did a lot of dancing around back behind the plate before that pitch.
Sometimes when a guy's been on second base a long time, you get concerned that maybe he's giving away location of pitch, and catchers try to do anything to confuse that.
One of the best hitters of his time, Edgar Martinez, a 7-time All-Star, facing Young Kim, trying to save what would be a very important victory for the Red Sox. And Varitek wants to chat with Kim. Well, there's no question with the maneuvering that the personnel in the bullpen for Grady Little is better than it was much earlier in the season, but you still have to go out and get the results, get guys out, and these guys aren't doing that often enough. Kim way out of the strike zone with that one. 2-2.
When he's missing too, he's missing by a lot.
Well, the left-handed hitter Olerud on deck. No lefty warming up. He does have Sauerbeck out there. And if Olerud gets up there, it would be against the laboring Kim here in the 9th inning. Way outside. So Martinez battling, and all of a sudden the count is full. With 2 outs, the runners will get the jump.
Yeah, he really has not been fooled at all in this at bat either. He did foul off that very difficult pitch, the one that was down and away, stayed alive, kept the at bat alive. Now he's run it to 3-2. And of course, with that, both runners off. So very good chance on a ball in the gap. Both could score.
This will be the 9th pitch, the at bat. Little pop up It's playable in foul ground for Millar, and the Red Sox win. Edgar Martinez battled but finally succumbed. B.K. Kim saves it for Jeff Suppan. The Red Sox now even with Oakland atop the race for the American League wild card, and they're back within 6 of the Yankees in the American League East.
WBZ4 News.
We're committed to keeping you informed of the news.
And how it affects you.
Around the world. Across New England.
Governor Romney will be holding a press conference
right from your hometown.
There may finally be some relief for commuters. Boston Police, along with NBC officials.
Your concerns.
Your news. That's our promise every day.
Lisa Hughes and Joe Shortsleeve. Weeknights on WBZ4 News. WBZ means news.
Introducing 2 ways to enjoy delicious smoky flavor. Wendy's new Mesquite Chicken Grill and Mesquite Bacon Cheeseburger, a bold smoky sauce. Mesquite smoked cheddar and bacon on a grilled chicken breast filet or hot and juicy beef. Wendy's, it's better here.
Where you're going, you'll need stuff like this. And if you expect to graduate in 4 years, you'll need this. Call now and you'll get a PC that works hard and plays hard when you upgrade to a compact Presario with Intel Pentium 4 processor plus monitor.
Mr. Everything gets a well-deserved day off. Just his 3rd this season. He's hard to live without. There is nobody else like him in the sport. Since 2001, no leadoff hitter in baseball has more game-winning RBIs. His career average with the bases loaded is a staggering 552. Go ahead, try and stop him. He'll just find another way to beat you. Ichiro plays his own kind of game, whatever it takes ball.
Don't sweat the technique. Don't sweat the technique.
Where did you develop all these different ways to hit a baseball?
Well, to be honest, this is the things I developed myself. And then, you know, when I was a kid, I imitated a lot of the players, but I ended up to develop my style, technique, and this is just result of it.
Anybody that you imitated that we would know that would be an American baseball player?
Well, I like Ken Griffey Jr. a lot, so I watched his batting in a video, and you know, I use his video as a reference.
Repeat the technique.
Is there one pitcher that you think could actually take care of you out there, that you may actually fear a little bit?
Pitchers are human beings, hitters are human beings, and we make mistakes, and also we have a lot of potential. So there is no such a pitchers which I cannot hit off. If there's a pitcher who can throw invisible ball, that's probably impossible to hit off.
Do you have a weakness that you would care to share? I think I got my answer.
It's quite tough to answer that question, Jeannie. And then, you know, some people here in the United States look at my body size, and then my, you know, it is small. I'm small guy compared to the American guys, but it's not a disadvantage for me. It really works for me with my size.
All the small things to care, to bring.
Anybody on the Mariners team has been kind of an English coach for you?
We don't know. Well, many players teach me a lot, but I don't think they are good teachers.
Not good teachers or not sharing good words?
Both.
What is your favorite American comment that your teammates have taught you?
Kansas City and you have my phone?
Yeah.
He does.
Really? I told you.
That's bad.
All right, Brett Boone might not be the best teacher. So which Mariner can Ichiro turn to?
Martinez is the one I can answer that question. And he's 40 years old, and he doesn't say much, but he always shows us what to do with his action without much words. And then we can learn, always have learned a lot of things from him.
Well, pitchers need an invisible ball when Ichiro has men on base, because take a look right here. With runners in scoring position, 400. 2 outs, runners in scoring position, 375. Bases loaded, 552. All adding up to a chance for his second MVP, Jeannie, in 3 years.
Large part of the reason why the Mariners are making the push to October, and you were a finance major at State, right? San Diego State?
Accounting, finance, absolutely.
All right, help me out with this, because this math does not work.
It's a little difficult.
3 spots for 4 teams.
That's it.
We're talking about 4 AL powerhouses making the push to the postseason, and only 3 get to go.
Yeah, because the Central, the wild card's not coming out of the Central. It's going to be either Seattle, Oakland, New York, or Boston getting it going for the wild card and for their divisions right here. Seattle trying for the division right now. Well, they've got it going on because of their great defense. A .990 fielding percentage. .990 is #1 in Major League history right now. Great outfield led by Ichiro. The pitching staff, the 5 starters, Moyer, Garcia pitching better, no question about it. Gilmesh and Piniero. Well, here's the strength. The fielding percentage I just mentioned right there, no question about it. The 5 solid starters. And Hasegawa getting it done at the end right now. Phenomenal. 13 for 13 in saves. I wouldn't worry about the weaknesses. I really don't think they have much of a weakness. Power hitting is not a necessity with that ball club.
All right, when we think Oakland, we think pitching, but what now?
They miss Mark Mulder, the 9 complete games. That means Lilly has to do the job, and Halama picking up for Mark Mulder. And Zito has got to pitch better with the final 5 weeks, and Rich Harden and Timmy Hudson as well. I mean, a lot of pressure on the Oakland A's right now, and a lot of pressure on their offense as well, because they have not gotten it done.